For cheap and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins, check out EasyMut.com and use code SPORTS for 5% off your entire order. What's up YouTube, it's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com. Today's Madden 21 tip video, I'm going to take a look at one of my favorite passing offenses in the entire game and break down a true money play that you can use to attack any defense, whether man or zone, and get explosive passing plays. So I want to look at this gun cluster in the Cardinals playbook. This is a formation I've had my eye on off and on all year. It has some really good passing plays, and honestly, it's one of the more explosive passing formations in the game this year. Now, it is unique to the Cardinals playbook, and I definitely would recommend when running this gun cluster that you have receivers that meet the 90 route running threshold, especially where you see I have Beckham. Now, I believe Beckham on regs right now has 90 for mid, but not 90 for deep. Ideally, at this point in the game, especially if you're playing Mutt, you're going to want a receiver that has 90 plus in both categories. If you look at Beckham, he does have 90-something speed, so, he's pretty fast on regs. But, yeah, you can see he has 90 short and mid and only 89 deep. I pay more attention to medium and deep in general with my offense this year. Short's not as a big deal for me, but that definitely does give you more separation against man coverage, and you're going to see a difference with that. But, again, that's more so if you play Mutt. If you play regs, it's not as huge of a deal, although I still would try to get it if all possible. And I want to look at the PlayZ spot. So I want to start off against man coverage. As you guys know, man coverage has been very popular all year long. And, this is a play that will absolutely torch it. Now, you guys can see that the route that Beckham on is a little S-post. These S-posts are really explosive this year against man. You also can use them to attack cover 2 and cover 3. Zone coverage in general really well. I'll show you guys a great setup to use. So before we get into the setup, guys, just a reminder, if you're enjoying my content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on so you don't miss out when our videos go live. And a great free way to support the channel is to just hit that like button. It does help a lot. In the meantime, guys, if you want more premium Madden 21 content, you can check out SportsGamers.com for the best Madden 21 tips and ebooks. We actually have a holiday sale going on now. It runs through the end of this Sunday night, and you guys can save 25% off any of our offensive or defensive ebooks. Just use the code, it's all caps, M21Holiday to save 25% off at checkout. Some great content for you guys available there. So, the way I like to run this play is I like to go ahead and put my receiver on a slant. And that's the outside right receiver. Now, guys, this receiver that's running this little corner route and slot is almost like a slant out. So, ideally, you would have another good receiver there. So, like, if I was playing, I would probably put Landry in that position because that's essentially a slant out route. And against man, that's really effective. When I'm playing against zone, I actually do smart route that route. I have some different setups I'm going to show you guys in this video. But for man coverage, I like to leave that as is. Now, what you see a lot of people doing this year is, people are going to put safeties in purples to try to help defend against the sideline type routes like, the motion posts and slant outs and, corners and crossers and all that. But when we motion the slant over, now we have two reads over the middle of the field to go with that slant out route too. You guys can see here. So if they take those safeties from over the top, that's a free touchdown. Now, of course, Baker Mayfield missed the throw because, hey, man, why not? But, I'm going to do it again because that's there every single time. So I'm going to do that one more time. And you actually can smart route Beckham's route if you want to. Make it a bit easier to throw. But still, either way, it's going to separate extremely well against man coverage, as you guys can see there. That's just so quick and easy against man. That's going to be something that's there all day long, and that's going to make them keep those safeties over the top. Because if they don't keep the safeties over the top, that's going to be a touchdown every single time. Now, if you take a look at here, you guys can see how it gets this really clean release. Not many routes just release this clean against man coverage to where, he's got a good, if you look at the replay here, that's a good 5+ yards of separation, I'd say. And, we're just able to, you just want to throw a bullet pass, it's a rack catch for a touchdown. Now, even if they have the safeties back, this is the great thing about this play, even if they keep the safeties back, you can kind of split the safeties and, get an easy, quick pass over the middle. Now, sometimes you might be able to take it for a touchdown even when they keep the safeties back, but most likely, if they do have the safeties back, it's just going to be a nice completion because the safeties probably will be in position to tackle you. But you guys can see there, that's an easy possession catch. So you have got to guard that route. Now, the good thing, like I said, though, is there's plenty of other reads against man coverage. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just do a few subs because even for the slant out route, that's another route that you definitely want to have the 90 route running there if possible. It definitely makes a difference. I'm going to go ahead, just change these guys around a little bit here to get a little bit better positioning for me. Now, the slant that you motion, that's a route that just beats man coverage really easily in general. So normally what I look for with that is just speed, to be honest with you. Now, guys, if they keep their safeties back to kind of help out against the route that you see is on the left side of the field, that's when you can really kill them with this little corner route that's pretty much like a slant out. If there is no purples, you guys can see, it's just going to get really good separation. And especially with a good receiver route running there, that's easy. Now, also keep in mind, it's not just those two routes. The motion slant route is always going to be an option for you. My only other suggestion, if they're playing a lot of man coverage, is I'd probably put the running back out on a route. Maybe just a little out route, swing route, table route, something. The reason for that is you just never want them to just be able to ignore your running back or anyone really in man coverage in general. But, he's not a huge factor. I'm mostly looking to slant, the little corner route that's really a slant out, and then obviously the left receiver. I do recommend having your, basically your trip side of the formation on the wide side of the field always when running this play. Just gives you a little bit more room to work with the key routes. Go ahead and put Beckham back on the left, and I'm going to put Landry in the slot. And I'm going to put, it really doesn't matter. We'll just leave Higgins in the game. Because like I said, the slant's not, you definitely do want a good receiver there, especially some speed, but it's not a huge deal. Now, let's start to look at some zone. All right, guys, let's look at zone coverage now. Let's start with cover 3. So you can actually beat cover 3 over the top for an easy one-play touchdown with this play. The only thing you need to do is the slot receiver that's kind of on that slant out route. Just go ahead and smart route him. It's going to turn it into a corner route. And then you want to motion him like 2 to 3 steps to the sideline. Go ahead and snap the ball. What's this going to do is you're going to see it's going to draw up that deep zone. So you can kind of just hit it over the top. Now, hopefully you get a better throw than Mayfield hit right there. So you can kind of rack it for a touchdown. Mayfield does not, throw the best deep ball as you can see. But still, if you look at the replay, you're going to see that this corner route pulls up the outside deep zone on the right side of the screen. So once the post runs by the safety in the middle field, like right now, you just kind of want to lead it up into here, rack it for a touchdown. Unfortunately, we didn't, Mayfield didn't throw a good ball for us. But, we still got a huge play. If we get a better pass lead by our quarterback, that's an easy touchdown, though. Now, even though that's all you have to do to get, to make this play work for the score over the top, you can make the play better for sure by just, some extra hot routes. So some things I might like to do to make this play a little bit more effective is I might go ahead and throw like a slant route by my tight end, go ahead and do like a little flare out of the backfield to the running back, and maybe just keep the curl or a little hitch by this receiver right here to give myself some more reads in case, I don't have the time to let the one-play touchdown develop. Now, I can hit them with the slant, the hitch, the flat, whatever I want to do, and just give myself a little bit more room to work with. Another thing I could do is like a drag to the tight end and a slant to Higgins, and then still do motion, a little corner route out. Again, just to give myself some more reads over the middle and the flat. Simple stuff like that. You could also flare the running back out of the backfield like this. Then again, keep your slant to Higgins. And then you could even keep the flat on the right side of the field too. So now you have 2 flat routes. If they don't, worry about the flats, you can hit those. So you guys can see there's certainly more to this play than just the post and the one-play touchdown option against cover 3. Now, against cover 2, you can still pop them with this play very, very well. It's just a bit different how I like to utilize it against cover 2. So against cover 2, mainly what I'm going to be looking to do is I'm going to try to make reads with, basically, do I want to hit the route over the middle, the post, and give some high-low action as well. So that's a little bit different, but still, the way I like to set this one up is, again, I'm going to go ahead and put this receiver right here on a slant route, and I'm going to go ahead and motion him over. So basically the same thing we did against man for the most part. Now I make him play, the flat, but then also I make him play either the slant or the post. So if I keep hitting them on the slant route, obviously at a certain point, they're going to start defending that. And, now, and I didn't mean to motion him, let me motion him back. Now I can go ahead and hit him with, the post route over the top or the slant, just depending upon what they decide to use her. The corner route is still there on the sideline too. And again, it's just all about where the user defends. He wants to stay back with the post. I'm going to throw to that slant. But at the same time, if he's going to take, the slant route with the user again, that's when you're going to hit the post. So it's just all about the high-low action against cover 2. You still do have flats, though, so if they don't guard the flats, then obviously that tight end's a real easy read. But say they just come up on the slant, and you just hit that post right in the seam. You guys can see that this is a huge play. It kills cover 2 as well. It just pops cover 2 very, very well. If you wanted to get a little bit more advanced against cover 2, you definitely could. You could give yourself a dual read in the flat by doing a flare out of the backfield. You could go ahead and do 2 motion slants, or 2 slants. So now one of them has motion, one of them doesn't. So we could go ahead, motion Landry over and keep Higgins. So now we have 2 slants and 2 flats in the post. So now, again, keep it easy, simple. We have 2 flats, 2 slants, and a post behind it. There's no way in the world that a zone coverage of any kind can stop that read. But basically, all you're going to do is see where the user is. You see he's kind of sitting low. Obviously, I could throw to the flats. Probably not going to get that much yards, but because the zones are kind of sitting low on my slants, that means the post is over the top. But again, if they would have tried to go back with my post, then I would have hit the slants. This is really effective, especially against people that want to turn their zone drops on. If they do that, you'll see how truly easy it is. Like, if we put our flats on 20, you can just throw to the guys in the flat every time. And you're going to get a nice 5, 10, 15-ish yards. Again, just depending. Cluster is really easy to pass the ball from this year. I really do like it a lot. Again, same setup with the motion slants. Just keeping the corner this time, working with that flat. You're going to be able to pull that deep little flat zone back and hit the flat underneath. Very, very easy. The issue with cluster in the past has been just doesn't have the best protection, since you can't really just easily max protect from it. But the way the game is this year, it's not a huge deal. It actually plays to the strength of the game this year, just sending more people out on routes. So I really do like cluster, and if you guys want to take a look at it in the Cardinals playbook, let me know. I can post some more setups from it. It's a really nice offensive scheme this year. Hope you guys enjoyed the tip, man. We're getting close to the holiday season. Until next time, it's Duke.